Are we filming right now?
No microphone, nada?
My name? Tio Wapo.
My name is Todd Ross, and I am Cindy's husband.
I'm Jessica.
My name is Ale, and I am Cindy's daughter, favorite daughter.
My name is Chris, and I am Cindy's favorite son.
I'm Angie, and I am Cindy's adopted stepdaughter.
My name is Alejandro Fernandez Verdugo, and I know Cindy because it's my mother-in-law, my beautiful mother-in-law.
Well, the earliest I remember her was in the White House on the driveway, 248 driveway. And she was loud, and she was boisterous, and she was always fun. The whole house was always filled up with excitement when she was home. Well, I remember from the beginning that she used to go in the kitchen, come downstairs in the morning at like 4:30 or 5 o'clock and make breakfast for herself. And it was, well, sometimes a huge bowl of porridge, or often it would be a gigantic bowl of ice cream. And she'd make a lot of noise and wake me up, and I hated to be wakened up. And I would say, Mom, is she ever gonna stop doing that? And my mom would say, I think she's gonna outgrow it, dear. But she didn't really outgrow it. She was like that for years and years and years.
I met Cynthia at, I think I was 12? Yeah, 12, because I remember we went to the very first concert I ever saw, with Cynthia, and it was Three Dog Night, and we went together, Cynthia, Liz, and me.
I met your mom in, I don't know what year it was. She was 13, I was 13, at grade 8. She transferred to St. Teresa's. She was a small school, so, you know, a new person really stood out, and she stood out, for sure.
My mom and dad were living in Oshawa, I believe. Yes. And my mom said she lived in a gray house with a gray rug and a gray couch, and it was gray outside, and she was getting very sick of it. And she saw this posting in the paper in Barbados, or not, sorry, in the paper about a job in Barbados, a job that would be really good for my father, head of tourism. She showed it to him and said, Tom, let's do something exciting like this. And they sent away his application or his letter, and he got it. And he went down ahead of us, because at that time there was only us 3 girls, and found us a house, and then we all moved down. And I remember we were allowed 1 toy each. I brought a 3-foot walking doll on the plane. I don't remember what Cynthia bought, but we were each allowed 1 toy. And I remember going to our first house in Barbados, which was Highgate. And the first night there was a rat eating the soap in the bathroom, and my mom freaked out. But that is how we ended up in Barbados. My mom actually was the one who started it.
Growing up with Cynthia was kind of like an adventure, because Cynthia was always gung-ho and game to do just about anything, and especially anything that would make people laugh, or that would get a laugh. And that worked really well with Liz and I, because we lived for anything that made us laugh. I think as teenagers, you know, we have our own internal worlds. But if we can sometimes depart from that by just finding humor in just about everything, Cynthia was like fit right in, because Liz and I were already trying to get a laugh with everything we could do or say. And then Cynthia came along, and it was like a really nice little trio.
She liked to play games with us a lot, my brother and I. It was really, she would put us on her lap just like my dad and tickle us and do jokes. She was a lot of fun, liked to play games, and she loved playing games. Well, she still does, right?
But the entire time we traveled through Spain, which was about 3 weeks, Cynthia decided she would speak English with a Spanish accent. And she did it the entire time that we were there, until Liz and I really, you know, kind of virtually wanted to strangle her. But it was quite funny, and she was committed, because she kept it up the whole time.
We went to Paris, and then we went down all through, like on the coast of Spain. We went down there, and then we went to Morocco. We were pretty wild. We like to have fun.
She just broken up with Rolly, and she was really confused about what she wanted to do with her life. I remember her crying because she was leaving him, but also I guess she just needed to do something more with her life. I guess she was only 23 or 22 when she left Rolly. I think it was partly that was a good time to go to Mexico.
We first went to Mexico together, and we went with Cynthia's dad. We first met him in Houston, and then the three of us traveled to Mexico together. And we stayed in one of these adobe houses that he was selling at the time. Cynthia's dad was a hoot, so he was always fun to hang around with. And then I think, I'm not mistaken, that was definitely one of the times, if not the time, that Cynthia fell in love with Mexico. And I think it was shortly after that she decided that she was going to go down there on a full-time basis, and then, you know, she moved.
I would say the one thing I remember a lot about Mom is she used to sing a lot. Tons of songs all the time. It was very, very upbeat, loved to dance, loved to sing, loved to do things with us. There is this Supertramp song that Mom loves. It's called School. And for as long as I have memory, and probably Chris the same thing, all we can remember is Mom playing this song and making us listen to it, and how every instrument builds, and you know, it just goes and goes and goes, and it's the most amazing song. And
I remember we would go out for adventures all the time. Like my parents would take me to the beach, or they'd take me out to the cottage up in the hills all the time without really telling us that we were going. And it was just one moment you were doing whatever, and the next moment you were packing your bags because you were leaving for the weekend. And it used to be a lot of fun.
you know, I remember, no matter what, I mean, I was not great, but she always worked so hard, and she always made such a big effort to put food on the table. And you know, she had a lot on her plate. Now that I'm older, I really realize that, you know, for her to change and uproot and move up here with 2 teenage kids and have to financially provide for both of them.
I don't know a lot of people who have worked harder and have been more dedicated to my sister and I than my mother. She really is an inspiration to me. Coming to Canada was a very difficult thing for my mom and my sister and myself, but I don't think we realized how hard it was on my mother until we grew up a little bit more. You know, she used to have 2 jobs, and she was out the door at the crack of dawn, and would come home late at night. And I don't know if we appreciated it as much as we should have back then, but now we definitely understand, you know, how hard she worked to be able to give us a shot at a good life.
Well, I remember lots of different things. After she moved in with you guys, with Anne, which was so nice, I remember every day at the time she didn't know how to use a computer much at all. That was when, well, it was still when the .com bubble was growing, but still she didn't know how to attach a file into an email, and I had to show her because she was trying to apply for jobs and make resumes, and she'd come over every day to my little apartment that Graham and I were living in, and I remember her breaking down crying a couple times because it was just so insurmountable how many challenges she had. So but she got through it.
When we first came to Canada, it was really tough on all of us because, you know, Mom was leaving a stable job, a good business, and she was uprooting her kids up here, and I was definitely not happy. And we had to move in with Auntie Anne, and Mom and I had to share a bed, and it was hard, you know. It wasn't easy, but I know that she really tried her best to make things work, and she, look at her now. I mean, Jesus, she's come a long way since we first moved up.
I remember 9 years ago, my dad met me for lunch and said, "Honey, I met this amazing lady and you are going to love her." And I still tell him he's right. but I couldn't really believe it, right? Like,
Best blind date ever. Literally got set up with Cindy, her sister Anne, set us up, and we wound up meeting where? At the old Friday's roast beef house. It was our first date. I got my red convertible out, bought her some flowers.
I went to the house, and it was my family's old house that they were living at currently, and it was kind of awkward. And in true Cindy fashion, she met me at the door. I will never forget this. And she opened it up and she said, "You know, this must be really awkward for you. This must be really uncomfortable. But you know what? This is your home, and the door is always open, and I don't want you to knock, and I want you to come in anytime you want." And that's Cindy right there. That's always stuck with me.
When Jessica and I first started dating, I remember I went over to the house for a Sunday dinner, and it was the first time I was going to meet the entire family, and I was nervous. And Cindy, I remember very early on, was extraordinarily warm and welcoming, but also put a party hat on my head and gave me a like a party whistle and things like that, and just totally diffused any kind of nerves, and was very welcoming from the outset, and has since been really extraordinarily engaged in making sure I feel like I'm a part of the family, and I do, but that was from day one. That was from the very first time I came over, and I thought that was a really it could have gone very differently. That could have been a very kind of nerve-wracking experience, and it was a wonderful experience. So I think that was that was obviously my first memory of Cindy, was that first meeting. So, and that stuck with me.
Cindy is an event organizer, and so our wedding was planned pretty carefully. But the weather was sketchy. We didn't know whether it was going to rain or shine. And I remember the morning of the wedding day, it was gray and overcast and raining. Your mom was not, and Cindy was not that happy about that. And I was beginning to get a little worried about it. But then, at just the right psychological moment, the rain stopped, the clouds opened, the sun came down, we got all the pictures we wanted. Everybody managed to get to the wedding in time, or the wedding building in time, and then the clouds came back in and the rain started to fall again. And I thought, geez, God himself didn't dare to ruin Cindy's wedding day.
Back before I met Cynthia, I spent a little bit of time in the UK. And while I was in the UK, I saw this amazing Doritos commercial. It was for, I kid you not, Doritos Latinos. That was the name of the product. And in the commercial, there are two sort of white English people sitting on the couch. They're a couple and they hate each other. And then someone opens a bag of Doritos Latinos, and then two Latin people climb out of the middle of the sofa, and their life becomes a party and everything's great. And at the time I thought, Jesus, that is racist. To assume that Latin people are just gonna come along and fix your life. But that's basically what happened for us. Even though Cindy is not herself Mexican, she spent tons of time there. She is very Mexican, and of course her children are too, and they made our lives so much better. It's basically that commercial. So we are forever grateful to have Cindy in our lives.
My mom is very special to me. She's a lot of fun. She is a fantastic friend. She is a good guide in life. I don't know a lot of people who have worked harder and have been more dedicated to my sister and I than my mother. She really is an inspiration to me.
Words describe Mom. She is energetic. She is upbeat. She's organized. She's loving. She's generous. She's caring.
It's like we were always supposed to be together. It feels like we've known each other forever, and it feels like we just met yesterday. It's the best thing that, I would probably say, the best thing that ever really happened to my life.
Kindness, trust, and
what I love about Cindy the most is her sense of family. I know I keep saying that, but we all feel that. Friends and family that are around her, and all of us feel that from her. We're all important. She makes everyone feel so important in her life, and makes each one of us individually feel that way. And she brings us all together, and she creates this big family of all of her, family and extended family and modern family and friends, and creates these great memories for us. She's got this, appetite for life and this passion for love, and I love the way she loves my dad and all of us. And she's always about just do it or try something new, and I like that as well. It motivates all of us and makes us all so happy to be around her.
First word is senators. Next combination of words are Guadalajara taco stand. And the final word is, and it's regretfully appropriate to all of her sisters as well, as talkative.
My mom is one of my best friends, and I hope it continues that way for another 20, 30 years.
Cynthia, I have been here at every big moment of your life, both of your weddings, the christening for Chris, maybe not Allie's, and now it is and your marriage to Todd, and now it is your 60th birthday, and I am coming home, I did come home, to be there with you for your 60th birthday, because you are a very kind and loving sister to our family. When there is a problem that any of us has, whether it's Michael or me or Claire, all of us, immediately, the first person we want to phone and talk to, or something very bad has happened to us, you are the one that we all want to call, because you are so caring about all our family, and you have been there for all of us over the years.
Happy birthday, Cindy. Really looking forward to celebrating with you. Congratulations, and hope you have a wonderful birthday. There's lots to celebrate. Really looking forward to seeing everybody, and have a fantastic year.
Happy birthday, Mom. I wish you the absolute best birthday ever. You know you're loved by everyone, and you give so much. I hope you receive as much as you give, and I hope the next 60 years are even more amazing than these first 60 were. Love you.
Thank you to be part of my life, my heart, and especially thank you for bringing Ali to this world, because I'm here. Thank you. Happy birthday.
Mom, happy birthday. Happy 60th. I can't wait for the next journey that you're going to embark on. I know that whatever it is that you and Todd decide to do, it's going to be successful and an adventure and fun. And I can't wait to see what else you guys have ready to cook up. I love you. Bye.
For her 60th and for her retirement, that I hope she has a lot of fun on the boat. I hope that she practices her guitar. That I hope, she has many, many more years, and that I get to see her, and that she invites me onto this boat. And that she has a really happy and healthy retirement.
Happy birthday, Cynthia. I hope this is the best birthday ever, and it's of course on the cusp of your retirement, which couldn't be a better birthday. Good timing. And I wish you not just a really happy birthday, but a happy retirement. And with Todd, with your new adventure of sailing the wide open water. And definitely I hope that as part of this plan, you will find your way to Tobago and dock your boat and come and visit me. So once again, happy birthday. All the best. I love you.
Happy 60th birthday, Cynthia. You are so important to me. And I care about you so much. And I'm so happy we've had so many years of love and family and friendship and support.
Cynthia, congratulations on your birthday. I hope you have just a great time. I hope your day's wonderful, although I know it won't always be that way quite, because way back in the far corner of your mind, there's going to be this nagging little thing that won't let you quite relax, thinking, is this the day that Steve's going to get back at me for pushing him in the lake? So it might be, it might not. Just I hope you have a good day in spite of worrying about that. Happy birthday.
Sweetheart, happy 60th birthday. It's been wonderful so far. I'm really looking forward to the rest of it. I know you're going to have a super day. You got so much family and so many friends, so much love around you. And most of all mine. So happy birthday, my darling.